Next up on Shattered Dimensions, we will of course be continuing Judgment Retrial, but I forgot what map I'm up to and I don't want to Google Open Chrome to check. So we will play the next map of Shattered Dimensions, or Alice Clancy's Shattered Dimensions. Ooh. Alright, who recognizes that tree? I know that tree has been in like a million maps, but I recognize it so distinctly from that, like, Amninthu map. The one that somehow got, like, 20,000 views. Despite it being, like... It was fine, you know? It was 2 minutes. Like, no shade to the map maker, I like the level, but... Come on. Anyway. Yeah. This is a bit of a departure. You know, we had a lot of pink and some yellow, and now we have some red and gray, mixing it up. I think, a lot of times, it really is that simple. At a baseline level, you have one muted color as your base, and then with highlights of that color. And then the hard part is making the details. So this is one of the more open maps in the set, for sure. There are a lot of options here, and I may or may not have gotten lost partway through. It is, again, a pretty chill level. All of these are pretty chill. I think one of them has, like, a cyber demon where you might not expect, but no. Oh my gosh, that was so greedy. Just shoot him with a 4th rocket. Alright, we'll lower the music a tiny bit. Oh, those are imps, I didn't say. I thought that was a button. I can't confirm or deny if I have or haven't pressed that in this playthrough. I don't think so, though. I really like this setup. Like, you have to use the chain gun, or maybe get lucky with a rocket for the chain gunners, and that makes you use the chain gun on the Arachnotron. And we've got some Doom queued over here, some sort of office, or maybe, like, workers' cafeteria. This is a map, I think, that could fit in BTSX, although it has, frankly, a bit more of a distinct identity, because BTSX was very, very often using the same blues or reds in, like, every level. Or greens, depending on, like, episode 1 or 2, or maybe in Eternity's earlier maps. But an advantage that, well, this level has. Also, I really like this room. Contrasts so well with the rest. You know, like a wooden crate behind the office. You know, some sort of work. What is it called? Storage room. So yeah, I think this map could exist in some of those WODs. But the fact that it isn't kind of elevates it. The main complaint about BTSX, and Eternity to an extent, though Eternity does this less because it has the episode theming. So let's just talk about BTSX, which I do like. I did play all the BTSX maps. Was that they do get a little samey in terms of the broader design. And that isn't to say any particular level is bad, and especially when we're talking about a group project, I really can't blame them, right? They're all submitting different maps. But this map exists among other maps with a decent variety. I got lucky there. That's a nice little secret. I'm always on the lookout, or at least I try to be, for when you can do a little jump. And you know, the author didn't... Come to think of it, I don't know if the author is a he, she, other. I don't know. So I guess I'll go with they. I'm not going to hinder myself with he, she's every time. Or maybe I'll check at some point. Anyway, they didn't have to do that, you know. It could have just been a BFG behind the wall. But they made a whole little room. You know, there was one time I tried recreating, and it's true, E1M1 in Minecraft, and then I got bored. So now I really appreciate the detail that they put in the maps. What is up with that Gacko? Surviving a BFG and an SSG, and what's up with me getting hit by all these Mancubus fireballs? Use the BFG! Come on, past me! Use the BFG! Oh, man. Alright, I will say one thing, and it's not the map's fault, you know. Don't go off harassing this creator. I never understand when people making videos say that. Not because, like, you should go harass a creator, but I feel like they're admitting not trusting the audience a little bit. Like, I'll criticize the map sometimes, but I guess it's a thing you have to say when you have a lot of people watching and it's a contentious topic. But anyway, not criticizing the map here. This is not the map's fault. But sometimes on maps that are more chill, like this one, I have a really hard time using plasma, and I talk about that all the time. If I'm playing on a harder map, sometimes I feel a little more comfortable actually using my plasma, because it's like, oh, right now, I have to use it, or I will die. And that's either plasma gun or the BFG, using the same ammo. Neither of which are, things you want to be using all the time. That was a slow reaction, but I got away with it, avoiding the shotgunners. I just like to sit in the little doorway. So you could actually enter this room from either direction. I found it easier from the top. Oh, those imps sound so gross. Because if, you're at the bottom, the enemies up top can get you. But if you're at the top, the enemies on the bottom are going to have a hard time. Oh, no. Am I lost? That's a little too brave, in my opinion, shooting rockets in the doorway. Like, what if I'm an inch off, I have it set up so the doorway would fall on my head and bounce away, rather than in front of my rocket, and then I die. I do like all the different sounds, but I do think the clicking on stuff sound is a little bit much. Oh boy, I got lost, didn't I? Alright. Sorry. Yay. Ooh, that was a nice BFG. I have a pretty decent idea, I think, of how much damage a BFG shot is gonna do. Right, like, today. I have such a distinct memory, though, of Sigil map 6. How do I know it was map 6? Because it had the secret exit. And the secret exit was on the 6th map because it was an episode 3 replacement. Well, it could be, depending on your version. Yes, this is good BFG. Make it easy. It's so important. Even if you take out one key enemy, if it simplifies the room, it's worth it. one inefficient per damage shot, saving you a lot of safety, is well worth it. Like there, I killed one Mancubus, which is like a quarter, if that, of the damage a BFG can do. And then it was worth it because it's simplified. It got rid of the enemies up here. It let me bottleneck them. It let me avoid the pain elemental. So good. I remember I was playing Sigil, map 6, and there's a section with like 3 or 4 barons. And I kept trying over and over. And back on console is what I was playing it on. It was very difficult to, not difficult, slow to reload saves. That's just how the port worked. The official Unity port. The Doom 2 port isn't too bad with it, but it still is slower than DSGA. And I was just trying over and over, can I kill these 3 or 4 barons with a single BFG? And I thought I was just messing it up, I was too far, I wasn't getting the angle right, if I could get all the tracers to each one. And now I know that's just literally impossible. You cannot do that. It's fine, just spend the extra BFG. And here's our last buddy. Bonk bonk. That was real sketchy. I like to consider myself pretty okay at the basic Cyber Demon 2-tap. I don't mean, oh, we're in a tight space, I'm going to get it every time. Though I do get it sometimes. But that was like the easiest single Cyber Demon out there. Alright. I know where the last enemy is. Do you have a guess? There he is. And we are out of here. The red tech base with the Japanese restaurant. What a great title. Looking at you, Afternoon.wad, with your freaky titles. This has good titles. Alright, another great map, you know.